Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. I'm Jay and you are...
Katie.
You are indeed, and that's Patch.
This is Patch.
That's the dog. Today we're going to be doing a battle report of Tabletop Simulator. We'll try and just do the highlights and stuff like that because otherwise it'll be like a massively long video. This is our second attempt and Katie's not making me say this at all. Katie beat me in the first one, but I stupidly lost the recording because I'm an idiot. So
lost the recording.
So Katie will
won.
Katie will go over to her desk and yeah, we'll show you. We'll start it in Tabletop Simulator. So we're playing on the Hoth map in Tabletop Simulator. I'll just quickly run through the units, but they're not like uber builds or anything. We've got Darth Vader, Force Push, Saber Throw, Force Reflex. I got 2 units of built up Stormtroopers, both with the DLT-19. I do have a H-12 Stormtrooper just to see how well it does against vehicles. We've got the speeder bikes and we've got an ATST with a weapon. Obviously we've got my command cards, which I will move into the secret area so you know Katie can't see them. I know how eager she is to see them. On Katie's side, the Rebel side, she's got Luke with Jedi Mind Trick and Battle Meditation. 3 units of built up Stormtroopers. They are essentially the same as them. Concussion Grenades, Extra Troopers, the Z6 Trooper, which we found in our first game, which we didn't show, quite strong. How did you like the Z6 Trooper?
It was alright.
It was alright. And then, yeah, that one's got targeting scopes. And then, in fact, she does have an Ion Trooper. I think they're a bit too expensive for what they're worth and stuff like that, but she's got one. The ATRT and the T-47 Earth Speeder. So we've drawn our condition cards and battle cards and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to take turns. Katie's, we're just saying, is the blue player because we can't be bothered figuring all that out and stuff like that because the points are the exact same and I can't bother flipping. So which one would you like to remove first?
I don't want limited visibility.
She doesn't want limited visibility. I'm not so keen on breakthrough, if I'm honest. I think we played it too many times. Disarray is a bit mental.
I'm going to get rid of that one.
Now, the rapid reinforcements, we were just reading it beforehand, and it does say you can set aside up to 2 units. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to. And I don't really like this one where we place the objective tokens, as I think it's at the end of the game, and I like that idea of having some of the objectives in the middle of the game. So I'm going to get rid of clear conditions. So there we have it. We'll set up the table and deploy, and yeah, we'll come back. So I've put the objectives on the board. The objectives basically are counted at the end of turn 2, turn 4 and turn 6. They're worth 1 point in turn 2, 1 point in turn 4 and 2 points in turn 6. The interesting thing about it is that it's whoever's got the most infantry unit leaders. So Luke and Vader do count, but pretty much everybody else, the infantry units also count, but our ATSTs, our ATRTs, they're not going to count on this. Katie is actually going to set somebody up for this rapid redeployment thing. I'm not going to because I'm a little bit worried that I only have 3 infantry units and I really need to have the objective, get to the objectives. So I'm pretty much just not going to do it. Katie's going to set aside one of them and then we'll deploy. So on my deployment here, I've got just my infantry unit on one side, the ATST right there, Vader in the middle, the expensive H-12 in the middle as well. Infantry unit here and the speeder bikes. Now Katie does have 1 unit in reserve, basically she can deploy them anywhere, and I am going to be like, if she just deploys at the back, yeah, that's fine. So maybe she'll just deploy here, try and get the cover, take the objective, or at least, you know, that kind of thing. It's only going to be 1 unit, so I'm just going to wait, maybe keep Vader or somebody back just to slaughter them. My main goal is this middle objective here. If I keep that for the rest of the game, I think I'll be in a good stead. Katie's got one. This one looks a bit funky, but let's just say they're all in line. It was very difficult to place it because of the game. Luke's on the side there. The ATST's at the back there. The ATRT, you do realise the ATRT doesn't move that far. Do you want to move the ATRT up a little bit?
No, more in there.
Okay.
Do what I want.
She wants them there. That's fine. A bit laggy in the game there. And another infantry unit on this side. And yeah, so the goal is the objectives. We'll pick our pips and we'll see who goes first. So Katie's gone with the 3 pipper for assault, gives her 3 units, I think. I've gone with standing orders, just gives me 1 unit. I'm not really bothered about speed in this turn, so yeah, we'll deploy and we'll probably crack on. Not much I suspect will happen this turn, but we'll see. So we've just finished turn 1. Not a great deal has happened. Katie's managed to get an Ion token on me here, and I've just checked. Ion tokens don't seem to get removed at the end phase. She also caused 2 wounds on the ATST. I suppressed them with 1, but that's going to get removed now as we're in the end phase. 1 wound on the air speeder, and I think that was pretty much it. A couple of movements, like Vader moved up a little bit. These have moved back a little bit just because I was a little bit worried of I don't want the air speeder to come in and just wreck my day, so I moved them a little bit back. At the end of turn 1, nothing's really happening. At the end of turn 2, the objectives count. Any plans or anything you're willing to share, Katie?
No.
Nothing.
I have plans.
So what we'll do is we'll put everything back and we'll pick the pips for the next turn. Oh, just to say, Katie gets this unit as rapid reinforcement, which basically means once she's used up all of her infantry tokens, then when she next randomly selects the last infantry token, she'll be able to place it on the board anywhere within range, outside of range 2 of me, but then it can't move. So yeah, let's do that. So we both picked ambush, but as I have the turn counter because it's turn 2, I was the lucky one and I got the block, so it's actually me who goes first. I've given it to the ATST, Katie's given it to the air speeder. So my speeder bikes have just shot at the air speeder. Like, I got loads of crits, Katie got no blanks and no
All
blocks.
blanks.
All blanks, and is pretty much dead. In the first game we played, luck wasn't really that big of a factor. In this one, Katie's just rolling really badly, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. The dice gods never tell me the odds, I guess. So many apologies, but yeah, let's crack on. Katie's last thing that she's going to flip, it's her turn now, is obviously going to be a core unit. She has no core like infantry troopers left, so it is time for her to put these on. The only thing that they can do, they have to be outside of range 2 of any enemies, and then they don't do anything this turn. Next turn they were completely fine, so she just gets to deploy them anywhere basically. I think she's probably going to deploy at the back here, but we'll see. So we're at the end of turn 2, and if we count up the objectives, then I get this one, Katie gets that one.
Oh, marking again.
Katie does get the one in the middle. I tried desperately to get Darth Vader like into this. I guess the question will be how are we going to play that, but I'm just going to move on top of it in my next turn. Whether or not I take a wound, I'm not really bothered. But so at the moment it's 2-1 to Katie. We have to remove the suppressions and that kind of thing. The suppression actually did more than I thought. It actually limited both units to 1 action there, which was pretty damn good. Katie's come on at the back here. She gives her a few like flanking options.
Jason tried to talk me into the middle, but
I thought she might go in the crater here, which would have given her cover. Obviously, I would have turned around and killed her, but then I'm not shooting the people in front. You know, I'm not saying one's better or anything than the other. So that's the end of turn 2. We'll pick our command pips and we'll see what happens next turn. So I went with ambushes 3 pipper. Katie's gone with a 2 pipper. You do when a friendly trooper is issued an order, it gains 1 dodge token. So Katie gets dodge tokens on some of hers. But she also, you know, she had a 2 pipper and she's doing 2 units. 2 units.
Yeah.
2 units. Oh, 1 wound. So Luke Skywalker's just took a pot shot at the ATST, causing a wound. Then I think Luke is going to pretty much jump over this wall using his ability.
Jumping over the wall!
So pretty much done. So we take his dodge token, but I don't think I'm going to be able to shoot. I mean, you can move him anywhere you like. So we've accidentally deleted a trooper we shouldn't have done, and I don't like doing the undo thing, so we're just going to use an ion token as a little indication that
Gordon's alive.
There's a guy there and Gordon's alive. You are suppressed though, so that'll be interesting. So anyways, that was my speeder bikes moving up and shooting at the troopers there, doing 1 damage. So
1.
Yeah, 5 wounds and you're dead. So this infantry, the ATST just shot this infantry unit and pretty much just wiped it out. Buys infantry unit.
There's no random rule.
There's no random rule. There's no cover because the blast actually lets me ignore cover.
Great.
And the height of it anyway was pretty much a donezo. Vader moved forward onto the objective, caused a wound on the infantry over here. That speeder bike's caused a wound on this infantry thingy, so that's 2 suppression right now. This unit of infantry has died. The ATRT still in a good position to possibly try and flank the ATST, but there is a unit of infantry here on the side. Katie's yet to move this unit of thingy, which I think she's going to be moving now. on my part here, well, we've both got 3 infantry units left. Luke will probably jump over next turn and contest this. Whether or not that unit can get to the contesting stage, we'll have to wait and see, especially now that it's got its 2 suppression. Maybe Katie will do the thing where she removes the suppression. All in all, the game's very interesting. I'm thinking I might try and get there on turn 6. Katie's looking to try and have it on every turn, so we'll see how it goes. So I just aimed and shot at Katie's infantry unit there, absolutely pummeled them. Katie rolling pretty much only 1 block out of all of them, nearly wiping out the unit. That pretty much going to null and void that unit. He's not going to be able to do too much. And that's it going into turn 4. So we'll have, the points are going to get scored at the end of turn 4. Still all to play for, because I think Luke can possibly wipe out Vader. And then it'll be really interesting what this ATRT can do on the flank. So let's pick our pips and we'll see what happens. I think we're both going for the same thing here. I've gone for Implacable. Katie's gone for, I'm not actually, Son of Skywalker. So we can basically both attack twice, but I have to take a wound on this one. 3 blanks. So let's just say Luke has jumped over the wall and has attacked Vader. You can actually do 2 attacks this turn because of the command card she placed. And she's caused 3 wounds on the first attack. So we'll now do the second attack. On the next attack, she's caused 5 hits/wounds. I've blocked 3, so it's a further 2 wounds onto Vader. So he is on 5. Well, he's taken 5 wounds. So not a bad haul. Hopefully Vader will be able to put some damage onto Luke, but we'll see.
Watch Luke end up dying now. And then I'll flip the table.
I hope so. Let's see how many wounds the father puts on the son. Oh, does Katie get a defensive surge? She does not. So it's actually 5 wounds onto Luke there. Let me just put some.
I'm so gonna die here.
Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, I mean, there's 5. I just can't be bothered. I'm just going to put them up because otherwise it's going to be a mess. No.
1 more and I die.
Well, so what Darth Vader can do is he can take 1 wound. And then he gets to put his card back in the deck, basically. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a wound, which puts me on 6 wounds, which is very close. But I'm hoping to, kill Luke in the next turn. So I've got 6 wounds, but I put my card back into the deck, and then we shuffle them like that. And if I randomly draw him, then he can do 1 fewer action. But he can basically attack and try and kill Luke.
It's my go now, though.
But it is Katie's go. So I'm going to activate this core unit here, just because I want to confirm that I can get into range of... I want to have this objective as mine, basically. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, you've got this trooper to move yet, so it will actually be contested. But I'm hoping that on the next turn, when it's worth double, I'll have the points.
It's not going, kids. It's weird.
It's fine. You still can.
If this had been the first game, you wouldn't have got a second game out of me. I can tell you that now.
Let's just check the ATST's range. So you are in range 2, so you're not going to get cover here.
Well, you can't shoot Luke because he's in melee.
I'm not trying to shoot Luke. I'm going to shoot your other troopers.
Great.
Thanks. So the ATST is going to shoot at the rebel troopers whose Kate is trying to claim this objective. Obviously, if I kill all 3, then that objective is mine. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to aim and shoot, of course. So the ATST has caused 6 hits onto the infantry trooper. Katie needs to block 4 or more of these to contest this objective at the end of turn 4. She's got... No, she's dead. She's dead. 4 wounds does wipe out the unit there, so we'll delete that.
I feel like this is GG.
Well, it is almost GG because Luke... Well, to be fair, that unit, that middle objective right now is mine, but you've only got 1 infantry. Let's just... I mean, we can call it there if you want to call it there.
I would call it there because
so what's basically, let's explain what's going to happen. Luke Skywalker is going to get attacked by Darth Vader. I can't see Darth Vader not causing at least 1 wound. That claims that objective. Katie then has this 1 soul leader guy and another infantry unit. This could have caused some damage to the ATRT, but I just feel like with everything else combined, the best you could hope for would be a draw.
Yeah, and I can't even claim an objective with it.
No, so it would have been... You would have just been like... the best case would have been a draw. And I feel like that's unlikely. And we did record this before and Katie won in the first game. So we've been playing for quite a while today. So Katie beat me fair and square in the first one. The lesson that I learned from the first one, which you may have seen, is get my ATST involved. Because in the first game, I left my ATST invader just at the back, and I was like,
because you had range 4.
Yeah, I had range 4. He was doing something, but it's just better if you get him involved, then you shoot at him more because he's doing more.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do? And in this one, Katie's dice has been pretty horrendous, like not hitting any blocks on pretty much anything. The suppression was never getting removed. It was never going your way, basically. I think the idea of having the guy flanking was all right. But I'm not really sure how you were going to deal with the ATST pumping out damage. You would have possibly just maybe had your ion trooper just shoot at it as often as it could to try and lower its damage. But even that, like it's if you get your ATST doing stuff, then it actually performs reasonably well. So yeah, we'll call that though, because as I said, it's a second game, and if it wasn't a second game, we would have played it to conclusion. Instead, what we're going to do now? Katie doesn't know. We're going to make some burgers.
All right, we're going to have tea.
We're going to have tea and make some burgers.
I thought you meant something to do with Legion, so
no.
That's why I was a bit confused there.
Hopefully this video will actually record.
I hope so, because I'm not playing this for the third time today.
What should anybody watching this video right now do?
Follow us on Instagram and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And as ever,
have a good day.
Oh, I say have a have a beautiful day. Well, can you see my hand? GG.
GG.
Bye guys, have a beautiful...
I swear I did win the first one that
She
you
definitely
didn't
did.
record.
She definitely did. Bye guys, have a most beautiful day. Bye guys.